श्री सरस्वती माता की जय. Today, devotees, we've all joined, many have fasted and performed special puja worship to Ma Sharade, Saraswati Ma. As we begin Ramayana Katha, I invite you to sit upright. We shall explore Ma Saraswati's role in Ramayana very briefly. And we shall talk about her, share some information that would help us in developing further our worship. As we begin, Om Tat Sat Shri Sitaram Chandraya Namah. Hari Om Tat Sat Om Shri Ganeshaya Namah. Om Shri Saraswati Namah. Shri Janaki Valabho Vijayate Vardhanam Artha Sanghanam Rasanam Chandasamapi Mangalanam Chakartaro Vande Vani Vinayako Bhavani Shankaro Vande Shraddha Vishwasarupina Yabhyam Binana Pashyanti Siddha Swanthastameeshwaram Vande Bodhamayang Nityang Guru Shankara Rupinam Yamasrito Hivakropi Chandraha Saravatya Vandhate Sitaram Gunagram Punya Aran Viharina Vande Vishuddha Vijnano Kavishwara Kapishwaro Sri Guru Charana Saroja Raja Nija Mana Mukura Sudha Varano Raghubara Vimala Yasha Jodayaka Falachar Bodhyahina Tano Janike Sumiro Pavana Kumar Bala Buddhi Vedya Dehu Mohi Harahu Kalesha Vikar Siyapati Ramachandra Ji Ki Jai Sharanam Jai Jagadishwari Matu Saraswati Sharanagata Pratipalanahari Jai Jagadishwari
Matu Saraswati Sharanagate Pratipalanahari
Chandraya Bhima Samabadana Viraje Chandraya Bhima Samabadana Viraje Shisha Mukuta Mala Galadhare Jai Jagadishwari Matu Saraswati
Sharanagate Pratipalanahari
Jai Jagadishwari Matu Saraswati Jai Jagadishwari Matu Saraswati सरस्वती शरणागत प्रतिपालनहारी जय जगदीश्वरी मातु सरस्वती शरणागत प्रतिपालनहारी जय जगदीश्वरी मातु सरस्वती. Devotees, Tulsidas, and we would have dealt with this before, started his Ramayana Vardhana Marutha Sanghanam Rasanam Chandasamapi Mangalanam Chakarataro Bande Vani Vinayako. He says, as I begin my composition, Tulsidas says, of Ramayana, I pay obeisance. And it's interesting, we always say we worship Ganesh and then Saraswati. But Tulsidas says, Bande Vani Vinayako. He says, I pay obeisance to Saraswati and Ganesh. Some have explained it simply as poetic license. In order for the verse, it fits better. So he says, Bande Vani Vinayako. So, poetic license, right? So, but in his mind too, Saraswati. Without Saraswati Shakti, there is no creation. Let's just go back very briefly to the Hindu perspective on God, Bhagwan. And it's very important that we all appreciate and understand this. Last day in Ramayana we said, Hari Vyapaka Sarvatra Samana Premate Pragata Hoi Me Jana. I hope some of us at least know what that means. Hari Vyapak Sarvat Samana. God is all pervading in all places, in all times. He is permeating every atom of this creation and any creation that exists. And goes even beyond that. There is nothing that exists without Bhagwan. Premate Pragat Hoi Mai Jana. But he becomes embodied and he assumes a form based on our love. And this is where our noble tradition gives rise to God, Supreme Divinity, taking a form. And when you look at the Das Avatar on our third floor, God does not only take human forms. He can take any form. Now, I will challenge any theologian if they wish to make the assertion that God cannot take a form or cannot take a particular form, it then means you are, or that argument is limiting God. And God, by definition, Navin is what? Limitless. And we always jokingly make this point, that if somebody can say God can't do something, then they must be Godfather. Because they could tell God what to do and what not to do. This is the arrogance that passes for religious and religiousness in some quarters, not in Sanatan Dharma traditions. God is in places. When we worship Bhagwan in the earth, we say, and we personify it, Dharati, and as a mother. Why? A mother nurtures. We see Surya Bhagwan, the sun, and we say God as the sun. So there's a positional aspect as one facet of Hindu thought. So immediately when I say I am worshipping Varun Devata, I am worshipping God, the presence of God in water. Vayu Devata, presence of God in air. Now, functions. There are basically three functions that ensure the cycle of life continues. First, what must there be? Creation. Think of a life cycle. Birth, creation. So the creator is referred to as God performing the function of creation. In Hinduism, is referred to as Brahma. Now, that which is created, think about it. Let's use a simple human example, right? So, a baby comes into the world. How will the baby survive? What the baby has to get? Sustenance. It has to be, when I shouldn't say it, the baby has to be fed, has to be continually looked after. Preservation. Who is the preserver? Vishnu Bhagwan. So when we speak of Vishnu Bhagwan, he is that divinity that preserves and ensures the continuity of that which has been created. Which is why you would find many times when there are difficulties in the world, who would you pray to? Who all the avatars are? Embodiments of Vishnu. Why? Reasons give more idea. Because Bhagwan Vishnu is that element that ensures the continuity of the world. Remember the Gita verse? Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyuthanam dharmasya tadatmanam shrijamyaham. Whenever the world is in imbalance, whenever the continuation of the universe is under threat, Bhagwan manifests himself. Who? Bhagwan Vishnu. So Vishnu Bhagwan is the preserving aspect. But then there comes a time, for there to be rebirth, there has to be destruction. You all remember 26 years ago, there were balata trees here. For Sri Ram Dham to be created, what had to be done? Huh? The trees had to be removed. For the new to come, the old must fall. Is the nature of the world. That's why none of us must feel we are here forever. Nobody is. The universe itself, the final mantra we do every night. Anybody can remember it? Havan. Purnamada Purnamadam Purnata Purnam Mudachyate. The entire universe is complete. Even when you take something out of the universe, Bhagwan is still complete. Understand this? Can we do anything that will make Bhagwan less than complete? Now that's a scientific principle that's already established, that the energy in the universe is constant. Bhagwan devotees, when he destroys and reabsorbs, he's called Shiva. And now let's come, now that we've established creative aspect, sustenance, dissolution, each of the embodiments of divinity are represented with their Shakti. That's another thing. Hinduism speaks of the family unit. Mother, father, children. Mother and father. The creative aspect is Brahma. And which Shakti, which power does he create with? Saraswati Shakti. We could create something if we do not do it without due consideration and intelligence. It could become very detrimental. There are many examples. Time won't allow me to deal with it tonight, but we could create things, right? But we have to also think, what are we creating? And what is its utility and value in the world? Devotees, the guy that created the first atom bomb, Oppenheimer. It is said when he saw that explosion and the death and destruction that came with it, he recited in his mind, it's recorded, he recited a verse from Gita, where Bhagwan is described as time and the destroying force. Devotees, Brahma creates the universe, and he does it with Saraswati Shakti. Vishnu sustains the universe, and what does he sustain with? Lakshmi Shakti. So anybody come and tell you, have you ever heard some people say that, wealth bad? Wealth bad. Wealth is a bad thing. We mustn't have wealth. We must become sannyas. We must give up all thoughts of wealth and so. There are philosophies like that. There have been cases where, and it's interesting, where you had supposedly men of God telling their congregation that the world is going to end. And so day. People start believing that. They believe they're a spiritual leader, right? And this fella started buying up the people land. Because they ain't going to need it. The world going to end. This is not a joke, This happened with gullible people when they don't see through what is right, what is wrong, without intelligence, Saraswati Shakti. You can read about it. It wasn't a Hindu experience, but it has taken place. And every so often we are told the world going to end, right? To do what? To make us take particular decisions that may suit a particular need of somebody. May not necessarily be your need. So Saraswati Shakti is what is needed to create. Lakshmi sustains. We were talking about Lakshmi. We need wealth. We need relationships. We need societal status and standing. All these things help us do what? Sustain and grow. Just a simple example in our lives, right? As a society. Our forefathers, my grandfather, let me use myself, right? My grandfather, Pandit Pateshri Tiwari, left India in 1906 and came here as a British subject. He was under indentureship. And from his generation to this generation, the generation that exists now, we have moved away from the cane field and into professions. Look at the experience of all our ancestors. What we have done is sought social mobility and development. So every succeeding generation must, using this Lakshmi principle, be improving. Curtis, Nafisa, you're bringing a child into the world. You must give that child the best start, the best that you have, the best that you are, to make sure that child does what? Surpasses you, where possible. And all who have children, Navin, tonight I was looking at puja, and I said, wait now, boy, it has plenty children in temple. Plenty small children. It was very nice to see. And Lakshmi Shakti, preservation and growth, that is required. And Shiv Shakti is Durga. Now tonight we talk about Saraswati Shakti. Devotees, we worship Saraswati for creative power. We worship Saraswati as the one who represents the finer arts. Very briefly, in Ramayana, Saraswati also, if we do not utilize, Saraswati is represented by our intellect. And if we do not use our intellect properly, then what happens? We can destroy ourselves. Ravan, he wanted to ask for a boon, first example I will use, To wake for 6 months and sleep for 1 day. You can imagine doing battle with somebody who doesn't get tired, can wake for 6 months, and then just needs 1 day to recover. The Devatas prayed to Saraswati Ma. If this man is given that power, then nobody will be able to defeat him. Saraswati ji, Vani, speech, the goddess of speech also. And Ravan, have you ever heard the saying, a slip of the tongue is no fault of the mind? I have heard some people say, a slip of the mind is no fault of the tongue. Another way to put it also. The point is, what he did, instead of asking to wake for 6 months and sleep for 1 day, he said, let me sleep for 6 months. Kumkaran, my apologies. The slip thing applies to me. Kumkaran asked to sleep for 6 months and wake for 1 day. And that is the way he was neutralized. Devotees Kaikeyi loved Sri Ram. But the work of Sri Ram would not have been done if her mind was not turned in this way to become what she became, to ask for Sri Ram to be exiled. Devotees, those are examples in Ramayana with Saraswati's intervention. Tonight, all of us have worshipped Saraswati. Those who are involved in music and the arts, it's a day that people actually use to worship Saraswati Ma very specially. We had many people performing puja. It is quite late. I would now offer a few verses to Ma Saraswati, praying for her blessings. Those who are students, exams, Kalyani, Kavish, all the other students, Saraswati Ma's worship brings great success. Om Sri Saraswati Namah. There is the katha in Devi Bhagavad with the sage whose son was not able to learn. But over time, he practiced truth and recited Ai Saraswati Ai is the mantra of Saraswati Mata. And by her worship, he became an enlightened and a world-renowned sage. Devotees, I invite you to place your hands together, close your eyes. Shut your eyes to the external world, or you may look at the murtis of Sri Ram, Sri Sita Ji. Sita Ji is Saraswati. Sita Ji is Lakshmi. Sita Ji is Durga, Devi. Om Tat Sat Sri Saraswati Namah. I will offer a few verses in honor of Saraswati, praying for her blessings on each of us, all of us, so that we may have the capacity when decisions face us, circumstances face us, our intellect would be suitably prepared to make decisions that ultimately will be to our benefit. Om Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Saraswati Namah. Beenadhare Vipula Mangala Dana Shile Bhaktarati Nashini Vidanshi Ande Kirti Pradeya Khilmanorathe De Maharde Vidya Pradayini Saraswati Naumi Nityam. Om Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Saraswati Namah. Saraswati Namo Nityam Bhadrakale Namo Namah. Veda Vedanta Vedangya Vidyasthanebhyo Evacha. Saraswati Mahabhage Vidye Kamalochane Vidya Rupe Visalakshi Vidya Dehi Namastute. Om. Today we have worshipped Saraswati Mata. If in the preparation of our parasad, in the preparation of our body, our mind, in the recitation of our mantras, if we wavered in any way, if there was any shortcoming, this final verse prays for forgiveness. Om Yadaksharam Param Brashtam Matrahinam Shayad Bhavet Tat Sarvam Kshamyatam Devi Prasid Parameshwari. Om Ai Saraswati. Om Asatoma Sadgamaya. Om Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. Om Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya. Ma Saraswati, the creative potency of the Creator, Shakti of Brahma, O Divine Mother, bless my intellect, bless my capacity, bless my speech, bless my capacity for decision making, so that I may do that which ultimately leads to benefit and not loss, and ultimate peace and happiness. Om Ai Saraswati Namah. Bole Shri Saraswati Mata Ki Jai. Let's prepare for Havan. इसी में भागवत, इसी में गीता, इसी में भागवत, इसी में गीता. भजु मन राम, भजु मन सीता.
भज मन राम, भज मन सीता.
राम कृष्ण हरे गोपाल कृष्ण हरे.
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 राम कृष्ण हरे गोपाल कृष्ण हरे. राम कृष्ण
हरे गोपाल कृष्ण हरे.
राम कृष्ण हरे गोपाल कृष्ण हरे. राम कृष्ण हरे
गोपाल कृष्ण हरे.
श्री राम जय श्री राम, श्री राम जय श्री राम, श्री राम जय श्री राम,
श्री राम जय श्री राम.
श्री राम जय श्री राम, श्री राम जय श्री राम, श्री राम जय श्री राम.
श्री राम जय श्री राम.
सीता अनुज समेत प्रभु नील जलद तन श्याम. मम ही अबसहु निरंतर सगुण रूप श्री राम. ओम तत्सत. या देवी सर्वभूतेषु सरस्वती रूपेण संस्थिता. नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः. May Ma Sharde, her blessings, her inspiration, her guidance be with us for all times. Bole Shri Saraswati Mata Ki Jai. Om Bhurvasva Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat Swaha. Om Bhurvasva Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat Swaha. Om Bhurvasva Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat Swaha. Samagri. Om Tat Purushaya Vidmahe Vakratundaya Dhimahi Tanno Danti Prachodayat Swaha. Om Ganganapate Namah Swaha. Shri Gauri Mata Swaha. Prithvi Mata Swaha. Shri Panchlokpal Devaya Swaha. Shri Navgraha Devata Swaha. Shri Agin Devaya Swaha. Shri Sita Ramachandraya Swaha. Shri Radha Krishnaya Swaha. Shri Govardhan Giridhari Swaha. Hanu Hanumantaya Swaha. ओम श्री दुर्गा माताय स्वाहा, श्री लक्ष्मी माताय स्वाहा, ओम ऐ सरस्वत्यै स्वाहा, ओम इष्ट देवता स्वाहा, कुल देवता स्वाहा, स्थान देवाय स्वाहा, ग्राम देवाय स्वाहा, एतत्करम प्रधान देवाय स्वाहा, वस्तु देवता स्वाहा, 33 करोड़ देवता स्वाहा, सर्वदेवता सर्वदेवी स्वाहा, ओम श्री अनंत स्वरूपाय स्वाहा. Let us all stand. Focus on Shiv Bhagwan. Om Purnamada Purnamadam Purnat Purnam Udachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Namah Shambhavaya Cha Mayobhavaya Cha Namah Shankaraya Cha Mayaskaraya Cha Shivaya Cha Shivtaraya Tra. Om Namah Shivaya Swaha. Sarva Paparang Divyam Gangeyang Nirmalam Jalam Achmanam Cha Maya Datam Grehitam Purushottama Iti Achmanyam. Devotees, we shall do the Saraswati Arati and then Ramayana Arati. Kalyani, Shrotas, you go do Saraswati Ma Arati and then come. The devotees can come forward and do Shri Ram Sita Arati while once Arati begins.
Om Jai Saraswati Mata, Maya Jai Saraswati Mata, Vedya Buddhi Pradayak, Vedya Buddhi Pradayak, Tum ho Sukadata.
Jai Saraswati Mata,
Kunda Indu Samashobha, तन के ज्योति जरे, मैया तन के ज्योति जरे, जो सेवक बने आए, जो सेवक बने आए, सब भंडार भरे. ओम जय सरस्वती माता. वीण दंडका मंडल मल्ल करे सोहे, मैया माला करे सोहे. हंस वाहिनी देवी, हंस वाहिनी देवी, त्रिभुवन मन मोहे.
ओम जय सरस्वती माता.
श्वेत स्वरूप सुंदरी, श्वेत वस्त्रधारी, मैया श्वेत वस्त्रधारी. श्वेत परम पर बैठे, श्वेत परम पर बैठे, सबको सुखकारी.
ओम जय सरस्वती माता.
तब परताप सब माता, सुर बया गानी, बया सुर गाया गानी. निज दर्शना पर करते, निज दर्शना पर करते, करुणा कल्याणी.
ओम जय सरस्वती माता.
ब्रह्म वेश सर शिवा, इंद्र आरि देवा, मया इंद्र आरि देवा. सनकादिक और नारद, सनकादिक और नारद, सदा करा सेवा.
ओम जय सरस्वती माता.
शबवन याष्टवितारु, गुण गावे देवा, मया गुण गावे देवा. सुन नर मुनि सब निषदन, सुर नर मुनि सब निषदन, करे वीरा सेवा.
ओम जय सरस्वती माता.
माँ शारदा की आरती, जो कोई नर गावे, मैया जो कोई नर गावे. परम ज्ञान सो पावे, परम ज्ञान सो पावे, जग यश फैलवे ओम जय सरस्वती माता ओम जय सरस्वती माता मय जय सरस्वती माता
ओम जय सरस्वती माता आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीर्ति कलित ललित सिय की
आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीर्ति कलित ललित सिय की
नवत ब्रह्मादिक मुनि नारद वाल्मीकि विज्ञान विशारद सुख सनकारी शेष और शारद वरनी पवन सुत कीरतिनी की
आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीर्ति कलित ललित सिय की
आरती श्री रामायण जी की आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीर्ति कलित ललित सिय की
आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीर्ति कलित ललित सिय की
संतति गावत शंभु भवानी अरुघत संभव मुनि विज्ञानी व्यासयादि कवि पुंग बकानी काक भूषुंदी करुर की
आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीर्ति कलित ललित सिय की
आरती श्री रामायण जी की आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीर्ति कलित ललित सिय की
आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीर्ति कलित ललित सिय की
चारु वेद पुराण यश दश चौष्ट सब गंतन को रस तन मन धन संतन की सर्वस सारे अंश सम्मत सब ही की
आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीर्ति कलित ललित सिय की
आरती श्री रामायण जी की आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीर्ति कलित ललित सिय की
आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीर्ति कलित ललित सिय की
कलिमल हरण विषय रस पी की सुबर श्रृंगार मुक्ति जुवती की हरनी रोग भव मोरियमी की हरनी रोग भव मोरियमी की तत्मात सब विधि तुलसी की
आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीर्ति कलित ललित सिय की आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीर्ति कलित ललित सिय की कीर्ति कलित ललित सिय की कीर्ति कलित ललित सिय की
ओम जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे भक्त जनों के संकट भक्त जनों के संकट क्षण में दूर करे ओम जय जगदीश हरे
जो रावे फल पावे दुख बिन से मन का
स्वामी दुख बिन से मन का
सुख संपत्ति घर आवे
सुख संपत्ति घर आवे
कष्ट मिटे तन का
ओम जय जगदीश हरे मात पिता तुम मेरे शरण गाओ किसकी,
ओ स्वामी शरण गाहूँ मैं किसकी,
तुम बिना और न दूजा,
तुम बिन और न दूजा।
आश करो जिसके,
ओम जय जगदीश हरे, तुम पूरन परमात्मा, तुम अंतर्यामी,
स्वामी तुम अंतर्यामी,
पर ब्रह्म परमेश्वर,
पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर,
तुम सबके स्वामी।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे, तुम करुणा के सागर, तुम पालन करता,
स्वामी तुम पालन करता,
दीन दयालु कृपालु,
दीन दयालु कृपालु,
कृपा करो बरता। ओम जय जगदीश हरे,
तुम हो एक अगोचर, सबकी प्राणपति,
स्वामी सबके प्राणपते,
किसी विधि मिलो दया में,
किस विधि मिलो दया में,
तुमको मैं कुमति।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे, दीन बंधु दुख हरता, तुम रक्षक मेरे,
स्वामी तुम रक्षक मेरे,
करुणा हस्त बढ़ाओ,
करुणा हस्त बढ़ाओ,
शरण परा तेरे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, विषय विकार मिटाओ, पाप हरो देवा, स्वामी पाप हरो देवा, श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ, श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ, संतन की सेवा। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, ओम जय जगदीश हरे, स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे, भक्त जनों के संकट, भक्त जनों के संकट, क्षण में दूर करे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, ओम जय जगदीश हरे, ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
बोले बोले हनुमान बोलो भक्त सिया राम, श्री राम के चरणों में बनते बिगड़ी काम।
बोले बोले हनुमान बोलो भक्त सिया राम, श्री राम के चरणों में बंदे बिगड़ी काम। बोले बोले हनुमान बोलो भक्त सिया राम,
उसकी शोभा है विष्णु में, उसकी शोभा है मोहन सी, तुलसी ने जब शीश झुकाया, दर्शन बनी खोहा के बन से।
राम ही माया राम ही जाने कर कर में श्री राम। बोले बोले हनुमान बोलो भक्त सिया राम, श्री राम के चरणों में बंदे बिगड़ी काम। बोले बोले हनुमान बोलो भक्त सिया राम,
बोलो कबलों के हमरे का बरिया हो बजरंग बली।
ओ बोलो कबलों के हमरे कमरिया हो बजरंग बली।
ओ बोलो कबलों के हमरे का बरिया हो बजरंग बली।
बजरंग बली बजरंग बली बजरंग बली,
बजरंग बली ओ बजरंग बली बजरंग बली।
ओ बोलो कबलों के हमरे कबरिया हो बजरंग बली। ओ बोलो कबलों के हमरे कबरिया हो बजरंग बली, कबलों के हमरे कबरिया हो बजरंग बली, कबलों के हमरे कबरिया हो बजरंग बली।
हे राम हमारे रामचंद्र, हे राम हमारे रामचंद्र। जय सीताराम सीताराम सीताराम, जय सियावर राम। जय सीताराम सीताराम सीताराम, जय सियावर राम। जय राधे श्याम राधे श्याम जय श्यामा श्याम। हे राम हमारे रामचंद्र, हे राम हमारे रामचंद्र। जय सीताराम सीताराम, सीताराम जय सियावर राम। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचंद्राय वेदसे, रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताय पतये नमः। श्री रामचंद्र चरणौ मनसा स्मरामि, श्री रामचंद्र चरणौ वचसा गृह्णामि। श्री रामचंद्र चरणौ शिरसा नमामि, श्री रामचंद्र चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये। अतुलित बलधामं हेमशैलाभदेहं, धनुज्वं कृशानं ज्ञानिनामाग्रगण्यं। सकल गुण निधानं वानराणामधीशं, रघुपति प्रिय भक्तं वातजातं नमामि। We pay obeisance as we worship Ma Saraswati today. Very simple mantra we can all join. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Buddhi Rupena Sanstita, Namastasyai 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 Namo Namah. Om Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamisoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya. Tvameva Mata cha Pita Tvameva, Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva, Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva, Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. बोले श्री गजानन स्वामी की जय, सरस्वती माता की जय, सीताराम चंद्र की जय, राधा कृष्ण चंद्र की जय, स्वाहा माता की जय। गर्व से कहो हम हिंदू हैं। बोले श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। प्लीज बी सीटेड।